I'd like to welcome into the booth my old partner, Robert Cotton LeBlanc.
Hey, everybody.
Hello,
It's good,
Bobby.
It's good to be up with you, Kent. I ain't seen you for a while. How you
Yeah,
been?
it's
Good?
been a while. It's been doing good. How about you?
Good. Yeah, I've been doing good. Thanks.
Good. I want to say thanks to Billy and Cardona for sitting in for the opening part of the match, and hopefully we'll.
He's good, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
He's a guy I learned from.
He's a great player. Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get him back to join us here as the week goes by. But we've got a pretty exciting match here. And at one point you thought Shane was going to run away with it. Then you thought it was going the other way, and now it's back and forth a little bit.
Yeah.
This is a pretty important rack right here, I think, for Pt.2 to close the gap to 2 and feel like he's right in the thick of things. But unfortunately,
he can't get a shot. He's not getting a shot on the one too
Nope.
much. That last rack, he was like straight in the last ball, hooked him, you know.
And that's what Billy and I were talking about, too. The kind of the difference in the match has really been the result of the break when a ball's been made.
Exactly.
They've been laying good for Shane, and they haven't been laying that well for Pt.2.
Yeah. I tell you, this Pinyi, he's come with some really good shots from being behind that could easily be dogged. You know what I mean? He's made some great shots to get back in the match.
I'm also impressed with his decision-making on certain shot selection, push out, safety. One safe he played that Billy and I were surprised that he gave it back to Shane, but it worked out well for him.
Yeah.
And then on the other hand, we were surprised that he played a safe the way he did play it, but for the most part, he's shown an awful lot of pool intelligence.
For such a young guy, too.
To go along with a fantastic game. It's a tough combination to beat, and that's why he's in this position.
Look at this shot. Oh, boy, he's trying to bury him behind that 80. He missed it like an inch, huh?
Yeah, and I don't think he's going to like where he is after this.
What would you do here? I would just
put him behind the 9 and put the 1 on the other side of the 10.
Yeah.
Just separate them and use the 2 stripes. It's the simplest thing to do. I don't see any. I don't see anything free here, like slicing at it. You could run into the 10.
Oh yeah,
I think he's definitely going behind the other side of the 9 here.
He'll just use that like a little drag stroke, just to drag the ball over just real gently. I think. There you go, just like that. Yep. Uh-oh, he hit it too hard. Look at this.
He was actually playing to use the 10 because at that speed, unless he just hit the ball too thin. He either hit it too thin or his speed was bad.
I think he hit it too thin.
I think so, too. Because
it's fat, it slows it down.
Right. And then you've got the 9 and the 10.
Right. Yeah. He just
in this way, he's just playing for one ball. And, Ko is thrilled to be back at the table with this to look at. Now, his trouble here, Bobby's going to be going from the 4 to the 2 to the 4.
Exactly. I was going to say the same thing.
But there looks like there's plenty of space between that, looks like the 7 ball and side pocket.
Right.
Because he wants to come this side of the 7, our side.
I think he's.
You think he's going in between them?
I think he's going forward here. Won't you a little bit of top left? I can't really see the angle.
I think just center ball and across.
There you go. Yeah.
A little steeper than he wanted. Now he's probably going to have to go long rail, rather than try to hold it.
Yeah.
But that's okay. The speed lay's good to do that. And back to the middle of the table after the second rail.
Well, I thought that ball.
It looked like it was
scooted.
It did, didn't it?
Yeah. It did. It scooted right and hit the middle down. I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah, but Billy and I commented too on that earlier because the cloth's new. It hasn't had hardly any play. It's nice and dry in here. The table is playing very forgiving. 3-4 days from now, it's definitely going to tighten up. Yeah, they've been able to slide some balls down the rails that they're not going to be able to do as the week progresses.
I was saying the same thing when I was in the bleachers. I'm watching. I'm like, the balls are playing. It's soft right now. Yeah, but it'll tighten up for sure.
Right, and new balls and no dirt on them. All that to just lends to playing a lot easier, and you get a lot more out of the cue ball too than you need to with a power stroke.
Well, we're up to 10-8.
Yeah.
I got a little sweat bet on this match. A little cheap. I can't.
All right, you can't disclose then because then, of course, we're going to know by how you talk. We know who you're rooting for.
I'll learn my lesson about saying anything.
Okay.
Listen, no,
okay.
It's all good from here.
All I know is if Efren's playing, that's who you got.
Well, I don't.
Yeah,
I bet on. I pull for reference if he's playing my brother.
I know.
You know, I love Efren.
All right, well, we've got a game again here, and we're approaching just about the midway point in the match. 18 games have been played out of a possible 41.
You know, I'm wearing a pink shirt, and this is like what Shane wears all the time, but that has nothing to do with my choice. Just the case.
Well, he's got like 30 of them.
Oh,
How
no,
many you got? 2?
This one.
Yeah.
I bought this because I thought it was kind of. I thought it was kind of sissy to wear pink shirts, and I got on Facebook, and all the girls said,
supporting breast cancer and
all the
all
girls
that stuff.
love it. That's
oh,
why
yeah.
I'm buying a pink shirt.
Oh, absolutely.
I like the way this what's his name? How you say it?
It's Kopinyi,
Kopin.
just like it's right there on the scoreboard, right there on the screen.
Down there it says
Kop-
Pinkiyo.
right.
Anyway, I like the way when he breaks, he's got a short bridge.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like half the length of
Yeah.
chains. I think you can control the cue ball better with that short bridge on the break. What
He
do you
does.
think?
It's not quite as powerful as Shane's, but when he does hit it well, it's every bit as solid.
Yeah. Where do you push here, Ken?
Move your microphone.
Am I good? Yep. This is a little tough here. How you push here?
I might just bump the 10, put the cue ball where the 10 is, leave myself a kick at the 1.
That's as good as any because you can't do nothing. If you push anywhere where you can hit it, he's got an easy safety or, you know what I mean? What are you going to do?
Right. I mean, what else? Tie the 7 up over here on the rail where the 5 is. But you may let him see too much of the 1 where he can stick you or he can play it and open the 2-4. The 2 probably goes in the side and it certainly banks. So I'd stay down here some way where I've got a kick at the 1 ball.
Look at this. I don't think can he even hit this ball?
Well, I don't think he
kicking.
cared. I don't think he cared. He's playing for the kick.
Yeah.
I think you got to give it back.
I'm giving this back. Oh yeah, I'm not shooting this. There's no way.
Yeah.
No, good decision.
There's still a lot of work to do here in the 5 balls in a tough spot too. And there's nothing really to make off the 5 in the side to move it. The only saving grace here right now for Shane is that depending on what he does with this kick, the 2-4 still needs some work, but he's actually called it in the upper left corner. And that's not a bad choice because he'll have a look at the 2 if he makes it.
Right.
And if it hits the short rail and bounces out, he could get safe.
Look at this shot.
Swish. You know, and not because he just did it, but I've said this, and it's on record on many things I've done commentary. I think Shane Van Boening is the best rail-first player in the country, and I think he's been that way for 4 or 5 years.
Well, you know, people that don't.
Well,
look
wow!
at this.
He jumped up. He came up. You could see his body come up. He kind of steered it a little bit.
That's unlikely because he usually stays down.
I know. It's very unusual. Now, can he slice this in? It looks tough.
I don't think so.
Does it bank?
Yeah, he's banking.
Okay, it goes by the 10.
Yeah, it's pretty basic here to bank this ball.
Yeah, and you just got to let the cue ball roll out for the 3 in the corner, right?
Yeah.
Just a high
Just
ball
like
here.
just go toward the 3.
Right. Just a high ball here.
Yeah.
No English. So you got to hit it with a little bit of pop here to keep it off the short rail.
I think if he used a
just
hair
inside to straighten it out.
Yeah, a little bit of riding on the ball, then it straightens it, goes back toward the left, away from the rail.
Right. Okay. 1 pocket shot, right?
Yep. But it's a little tricky for you know what I mean. If he hits it kind of funny, he can double kiss the ball. I mean, it's not a.
He hit it good.
Hit it like you said. I believe he popped it and he hit it good, didn't he?
Yeah,
well,
I
he could
think
either do it like that or hit slow with inside. But
well, I think he wanted to play it with the stroke that was going to have him in his mind know he wasn't going to miss the ball.
Yeah.
You know, making the ball there was
critical,
important,
yeah.
Right? Well, this is tough. He's got to cut this in the corner. Well, now he's looking to play it off the 5 in the side, which was a great choice
really
if there's enough room to do it. And It all depends on how far the 5's off the cushion so it doesn't double kiss.
He's got to hit it fairly firm, doesn't
I
he?
think so,
He
to make it
kinda,
glance. Yeah, yeah. He's got to hit it fat right on the number 5, you know?
Right, like a third of the ball.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
With a little bit of speed
Right.
and a little bit of a high cue ball here, so you get the reverse effect on the 3 ball. You want the 3 ball to come off the 5 like it's been hit with center ball.
How you know all that? That's pretty. You're the straight pool man, huh? I forgot. You run a couple of 100 balls.
Well, you know, I mean, that does come up every now and then.
I didn't forget. I know you played the hell out of that straight pool.
Oh, it went straight in.
Couldn't tell from
No.
Or were we talking or what? It looked like he had.
Boy, we sounded like we knew what we were doing there, and then he made fools out of us.
We're looking kind of dumb right now.
What do they know? The guy had plenty of room.
Ball straight in the hole. We're trying to play a carom.
Yeah. Well, now do you go straight across, or do you go through 3 rails around the 8?
I'm going behind the 8, but
yeah,
he's going to do something different.
I like around the 8 too, but I think he's going straight across just so he doesn't have to flirt with it.
Yeah, that's true. Well, and he hit it nice.
Yeah, and this way too, he's actually could control not getting straight in better this way than 3 rails.
Which is the next ball? Is it the one down here or the one up there?
It's the one behind the spot.
That's the 6?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
the lighter one.
Yeah. The 6 is looks like a lime.
Okay.
And that's how I tell. I don't even figure which. I know the other one's the 7 if I can spot the 6, so I just think of a lime.
Yeah.
And that's how I know. I mean, you can call one, you know, light green and one aqua and all that.
What's he going to do here? He's going to try.
Just punch out to the center.
I'm wondering if he's going to try to.
7 goes in the side.
Yeah, he's good now. Just shoot and stop. He's perfect.
Well, he needs an angle, and a shoot and stop gets him the angle where he can either draw to the other side of the 8 or float down past the 9.
We got a match now. It's going to be 10-9.
Yeah.
I hope it's close. I want it to be close.
Before it started, I really thought it was going to be 3 to 5 game difference when it's all said and done. 21, 17, 18, 16. It wasn't going to be 21 to 11. You know, I just didn't think. Even if with a 4-pack or a 5-pack by either guy, I just think that they both play so great. If they get enough opportunities, they're going to close the gap, and then the other guy's going to stretch it out, and the other guy's going to close in.
And I'll tell you something, everybody watching, there's a lot of pressure with these guys right now. All these people watching, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I think the pressure is even more enhanced from a personal pride nature.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what makes these guys the great players that they are, Bobby, is their desire to win and their distaste for losing, regardless of the stakes or the venue or the atmosphere or the amount. You know, that's what makes champions champions.
I know one thing. It's a whole lot easier playing for big money than doing this. This is nerve-wracking. All these people watching, you don't want to look stupid. Make them, you know.
Right.
I mean, this is a lot of pressure. I feel it for these guys.
But on the other hand, both of them and Copigny, even though he's in his early 20s, they have both been on the biggest stages in the world in front of bigger audiences and much more pressure packed.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, you know, Shane's been in.
Look at this.
Okay, now I think he can juice this with enough left
Inside,
to come across and just
so.
middle diamond will be okay. He does have the 710.
Doesn't this
610.
Pin doesn't he have a younger brother that plays good?
Yeah, he does have a younger brother who played here last year in our U.S. Opens. And that's one of the reasons that when we talk about him by name, we have to refer to him as Copigny, because if we just said Ko, that's actually his last name, and the people in Taiwan watching might confuse him with his brother. Because I asked
what's his brother's name?
I think it's Ko Pin Chung.
You just
something
saying
like that. No,
I'm just messing with you.
I had it written down, but I did talk to his interpreter before the match, and I asked, you know, how we should pronounce it and
Does
why.
he not speak English, this guy?
No, very, very limited. He understands a few words, but he doesn't speak it.
Hit it perfect.
Yeah, just like we said, inside, stay on the head string. All right, well, he's got to get an angle on that 5 to open the 6-10, and he really needs to be on the line that he's on right now to the 5 ball. Maybe not even that straight, but that's going to require a real delicate cue ball here.
Because that ball next to the 10, that's when he's got to.
That's the 6.
Yeah, and it doesn't go.
It goes nowhere. He's got to open them.
Yeah.
Now, is he going at the 8 with the cue ball? Yeah, that's what I thought. But did he get far enough? Did he get far enough? No, he's not.
He might can use inside, come in behind the ball and just graze the 10.
Ooh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think he's going to play. I think he's going to wind up playing for a billiard. He's going to play this 2 rails to the middle diamond, and then he's going to wind up playing the carom on the 10. I think that's the only thing he can do from here, Cotton.
Maybe he's banking the ball.
No, he's playing the carom.
Referee's
going to have to watch this. I think he got pretty darn good on it.
Yeah, it's like right there, I believe. It looks like
a little pop stroke here.
Yeah.
This is like a straight pull shot where you're trying to make a ball and bump one out for a break shot. And, you know, I mean, that's the kind of stroke you put on it where the cue ball kind of pops into the next ball and then just makes it roll gently to where you want it to go.
I'm excited about
now
the team thing coming up.
He just changed his call to cross corner. So I guess he's playing the 6 cross corner. He probably didn't get far enough down with the cue ball to play the carom.
Yeah, he needs to be like maybe a quarter of an inch, eighth of an inch, I think.
Yeah, another quarter of a roll of the cue ball. So there must be obviously enough of a gap between the two where this will bank one cushion without hitting the 10.
Well,
he struck it nice. Well, I think he had to get the cue ball out. He's got to get off the rail. Ooh, this is tough now.
This is no hanger here.
Well, because he can't cue it low, he's got to float it. He's got to miss the side.
Yeah,
he can't run into the 9.
This is tough situation here. Yeah. Maybe he's just going to hit it real easy and maybe try to roll into the 9.
But you got to be careful you don't kiss off the 9 and go into the drink. Because this can skid on you too if you just bunt it. He overcut it. He was afraid of the side pocket, Bobby. I think that's why he overcut it.
Yeah.
Or he was afraid to hit the 9 and go in the side.
Well, that was a big game there too. That catches him up.
Well, you know, I think he maybe could have thought a little longer when he shot the 2 to get on the 5 to then open up the 6-10. I preferably would have liked coming to the other side of the 5.
That's what I thought he was going to do.
I thought he had much more room, and then he could have done, if he came too far, he could have done what you said, is roll forward with inside and graze it coming out.
No,
he had a little bit more margin for error that way.
Yeah, I agree. He should have went on the other side, I thought, too.
Again, easy for us to second guess up here. But
it did look easier that way.
It did appear that way. But even as Billy said, too, you know, the guy at the table's got the best look at it, and it's what you feel good about, too.
Yeah.
He'll cheat this just enough to get that cue ball out a good 6 inches. Yeah,
look at this.
Well, I guess he cheated it too much. Look at this bump.
Well, that's a pretty good roll there.
Bad.
That could have been.
Could have married right up to it and gone nowhere. Well, that was a Christmas present right there. I mean, it was a tough rack when Pinyi came to the table, and after making the great bank shot on the 6 ball, he got unfortunate that his cue ball wound up that close to the cushion for the 7. But for a player of his caliber, he actually butchered the 7 pretty good.
Yeah.
But you know. He knew that was game ball, too.
Yeah.
You're watching the Kamui Challenge here, live from the Predator Arena at the Rio Casino and Hotel in Las Vegas. This is Ken Schumann along with Robert Cotton LeBlanc bringing you the action here in a race to 21. 10 ball. Winner breaks.
You know, I was telling you a second ago, I didn't finish. I'm excited about this team thing coming
The
up.
Scotch Doubles Challenge match?
That and just the teams against all the other countries. You know, the 4-man, the
Oh, the National Championships.
And that starts, what, tomorrow, I believe. Yeah. Is it 8-ball tomorrow or 10-ball?
Oh, it's not teams. Let me correct you. There's 4 guys from 4 different nations.
Right.
But they're one of each is in one group, and they're playing round robin.
They're not.
It's not a team. You got 4 Americans,
Right.
4 Europeans,
Right.
4 Asians, and 4 Filipinos. They've been put one of each is in a group. So there's a Filipino, a European, an Asian, and a North American in each of the 4 groups. They're going to start out playing round robin. So they'll play 3 matches. They'll play the other 3 guys in their group. Once when the round robin is done, the top guy in each of the 4 groups then advances to a single elimination 4-man final bracket, where they'll have 2 semis and a final.
Really?
Yep.
Well, that's really interesting.
Yeah, it's not a team competition.
I thought it was a team.
No,
that's
sir.
That's how dumb I am.
No, they were grouped that way that you saw on the internet and all of that to represent the 4 parts of the world that the players were from. So you've got North America, Europe, Asia, and the Philippines. And they'll do the same thing in the 10-ball and the 8-ball. Of course, the groups will be different. They'll draw them differently. They've actually been pre-drawn.
So the Mike DeShane thing, that's Dutch Scotch doubles or partners? How's that?
The Mike DeShane challenge match,
yeah,
that is a Scotch doubles match. That's him and Corey against Efren and Boosty.
And they're alternating turns.
Right, Scotch doubles, and it's... I've got it written down here, and I can tell you exactly what they're playing and what the race
Everybody's
is.
got to watch this. This is going to be exciting.
Yeah, they're playing 8-ball in a race to 21 in that Scotch doubles.
That's going to be fun to watch.
Right, and that starts, I believe, Monday.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a one evening event. It's just like this. It's a evening one special event. And then the day after that is the Tiger Challenge. That's going to be the OB Challenge, the Scotch doubles. And then the Tiger Challenge is the next night, and that's Dennis Okuyo against Jungling Chang, who's a former world 9-ball champion, and he's here as part of the Asian contingent.
Cool, man. We got some great stuff coming up.
Right.
That's exciting.
And then after those 2 nights are over, then we'll go to the CSI Invitational 8-ball, which is then round robin, then a 4-man final 4, down to 2 semis and a final to crown a champion.
This Pinyi, that one miss might cost him 4 or 5 games.
Well,
what a big
either
miss
guy,
that was.
yeah.
What a huge miss that was.
Well, sure. I mean, that's going to bring him I mean, that evens the match if he gets out there. He's 1 game back and breaking.
Now he's down 3
Now
games.
he's 3 down and sitting.
Yeah, huge.
Well, look, Shane had him 8-3, and he come back to 8-6, and then he came back to 10-8, and at 10-8 is when he made that mistake. So we've now...
Problem being when Shane's brake starts clicking, he's
Well, he's unstoppable.
He better hope it don't happen.
Yeah, he's hard to beat.
I mean,
when
that's
he's
hard to
when
put
he's
up
playing
with.
6 and 7 ball, and they're all open.
Yeah, it's hard to put up with.
Yeah.
He got kicked there, so that might have...
One ball still went in for him. You can't see the 2. The 2's the ball spinning. Can he go rail first and carom the 5 in, or will he come at it too thin from rail first?
I think
it's too thin.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think
ball will go
the
in
angle.
behind.
The angle into the 2 isn't good. It would have to have draw on it coming off the rail, right?
Yeah, if the 2 is sitting a 1/4 of an inch more this way.
Closer to us, yeah. So now he's looking at going behind it and letting the cue ball just nestle in behind the 5. A little bit risky here because of a potential scratch, but he doesn't have to move the 2 ball very far.
He's just going to shoot and stop.
Right.
It's like a one.
Well, he's got
to.
Well,
just like this. Yeah.
Oh, he was using the 4 as the blocker ball.
Yeah.
Sure. Oh, perfect.
Perfect.
Look at this, and he got the 10 as
Perfect
well.
Shot.
and he got distance. However, I think this is an easy kick 2 rails to his to the left as
Right.
we're looking. You got to watch the back scratch, you know, off the second rail. But if you hit the 2 good, you're going to get some distance.
Yeah.
Get some separation. You might even sit right behind the 10 ball here, depending on how fat you hit it off the second cushion. I'd like to hit it right on the number.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually called it, and I think this is a just-in-case call. I don't think he realistically...
Where did he call it at?
He called it in the lower right corner, where, you know, I mean, it would be like this humongous back cut.
Yeah, he'd be, yeah.
See, I wouldn't want to hit it on the thin side like that, because I'd be worried about running into the 10. That's not bad, because he got him a little bit...
That was dangerous.
He's got him a little bit jacked up. I mean, he doesn't have a pocket for this. It can't go off the 5 in the corner.
Mm-mm.
So this is all safety.
I don't know what he's going to do here.
Oh, I think he's going to just separate the 2 and the cue ball and use the 6 and the 10 as the interfering balls. He did?
Yeah, he's pointed at something. The referee was in the way I was trying.
Maybe he's just slicing it in. No, he's going behind the 6 or the 10. That was what he was going to do. I don't know if he got him. I think he left him a bank.
It's pretty close.
But how do you get to 3?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, this is tough here. I think he's just trying to. Hard to tell from here. I don't know what he's going to do. Doesn't do any good to make the 2. I mean, the 3's sitting tough.
If he's got enough of the 2 to put it behind the 10 and just go up table with the cue ball?
I don't think he can hit the 2.
If can't hit it straight on?
Yeah, I don't think so. It looks like it's straight in.
How about a 1 rail kick at the 2, a 1 pocket shot, cross it and go upstream? Or you can go 2 rails behind it and try to get it up there on the short rail. And cue ball behind the 10 maybe. Kind of like that best of all. But he's firing right away at it.
Well, he's going to try to fire it in there and go as good as he can do. Now we're going to see what he's going to do.
Well, you know, it might have been in his mind all along. Let me make this one, and I'll play safe off the 3.
You think he might be trying to float in behind the 9 here, possibly?
I'd be worried about the double kiss, depending on how.
Maybe drawing behind the 4 and over that way.
That's what I think he's looking at. If the 3's far enough off the rail, that's what he can do.
He's going behind the 9.
He's going to cross the 3 and go behind the 9. Yeah.
That's what I like.
Right. But
he didn't get there. He left him straight in the hole.
Yeah. Too much speed.
Yeah, that was.
See, you know there, Bobby, I think, and again, nice to second guess, and it's easy from up here. I think he tried to control both balls instead of putting all his focus on putting the cue ball behind the 9.
Exactly.
And earlier in the set, he did that and put him behind the 6 in the same spot.
I remember the shot.
And he married it perfectly.
I remember the shot.
Because that's all he played, all cue ball. He didn't try to move to control both balls. Watch the side here. Watch the side.
No, he ain't going to scratch that one.
Okay. Well, he's still got to play a combination, but this is pretty easy. It's straight in. The 4's just going to replace the 5 and sit right there. Don't need much speed. Just don't go behind the 7 with the cue ball. Soft. Nice.
Well, it's fixing to be 13.
It'll be 13-9 if he gets out. And, you know, now Shane's getting in, I can smell the finish line territory. He's not quite rounding third base yet, but Pigny knows that. And if Pigny doesn't get to 10 or 11 before Shane gets to 15 or so, it's just going to get much harder for Pigny to mount a charge, because he'll have to play, you know, almost down to like a half a mistake left in his gun.
Yeah.
That about all he's got. He don't even have a bullet. He's got like half a bullet, you know, and he needs some luck. And he made such a nice bank on the 2-ball, Kopinyi did, and played smart. You know, he said, okay, let me make this 2. I'll play my safe off the 3, and he just tried to do more than the shot was going to, you know, allow him to do comfortably.
He was worried where the 3 was going. He should have just been making sure.
Right. If you marry the cue ball to the 9, it don't matter where the 3 is, right?
Yep, right.
The 3 can be anywhere.
And it's always like 10 times harder to control the object ball as opposed to the cue ball. I mean, you know, it's easy to control the cue ball, and you start trying to put the object ball in a certain spot. That's like.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll see here. This is critical as break here. If he breaks them good, look at this. Anything
5
going?
ball, 5 ball. Yeah, and the 1's going to sit right in front of the hole for him. Boy, that ball's deep, and it's not going to be that easy to get up there for the 2 ball because of the deepness of the 1 and the traffic. I mean, the path is between the 7 and the 10.
A little bit of inside center ball.
Right between the 7 and the 10 is the path. But you've got to gauge the thickness of the hit here precisely. And if you're putting inside on it, and you got to allow for that and the curve and everything, you know. And you actually got to hit it almost with center.
He's going 2 rails.
Yeah, I think he's going 3 rails.
Like this, behind the
scratch. Well, that you can't predict for that.
I would have hit the ball fat. Boom, boom, went 2 rails, shot the 2 in the right corner. Was that what you?
I thought he was doing that, but he was going 3 rails. You know, just barely hit the 3rd rail, like around the middle diamond.
But he cut it. He hit it way
thin. He hit
it
too thin, right? It didn't slow the cue ball down, and it changed the angle.
If he hits it fat, he's like there, right on the money.
Well, it's almost like Shane threw him a life preserver and saved him from drowning here, but he's still got some work to do to make it back to the boat. I think the 4 goes straight into the side pocket. I think there's enough room to get the cue ball in there. I don't think the 8's in the way, or he wouldn't have played this way. And I think
last time it was straight in. We tried to play a billiard.
Yeah, but I just think by the way he looked at it that it goes without any difficulty.
What's the difference between a carom and a billiard?
I think the terms are interchangeable, but I think in true definition, a carom is a shot, and a billiard is a game. Billiards is a game, you know, 3-cushion billiards. You don't say I'm playing 3-cushion caroms.
No.
But no, I think in our pool vernacular, they're interchangeable. I mean, if I said to you, the guy's playing the billiard, you know what I was saying. And if I said to you, he's playing the carom, you'd know, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know why. I'm going to assume that carom was a term that came into play later than billiards, or the billiard did.
Yeah.
Because pool tables didn't have pockets at the beginning, I think, right? They were mostly pocketless when pool tables were first made. I mean, I know that was when you were younger.
Well, I was a teenager.
Yeah.
This sure is a pretty setup here, I'm telling you.
Yeah, and you know what's really the hidden beauty of all this for these people watching is, as long as you've entered into any division here at the BCA National 8-Ball Championships in any one of the divisions, you get free admission to watch this.
I know, it's nuts. I know.
Otherwise, or you can purchase a VIP seat. But that's part of what CSI wants to do when they run these pro events here in conjunction with this, is allow their 6,000 or 7,000, 8,000 amateur players that come here once a year to have something to watch in between when all their matches are being played and while they're waiting for the days to click off until their event comes up.
Look at this break, Ken.
Oh, this is sweet, especially if that 3-6 is dead in the side. And even if it isn't, there's enough space in there to make it.
I think it goes, yeah. Just connect the dots here if this
Yeah,
goes.
but what you want to be careful of is your angle on your cue ball to the 3 ball, because you don't want the 3 to move much. It probably won't, and you want to
Yeah.
kind of stay right there, so you can
Yeah.
just make the 3 and you're right there for the 4.
Yeah, you got to be close to straight in here.
Right.
On the 3.
But you know, all of a sudden, and we would expect him to get through the rest of these, then it's 13-11 and he's breaking.
Yeah.
So Shane's had 4-game lead, a 5-game lead twice, 3-game lead twice, and Pt.2, he just keeps fighting back. Now, granted, he's been given an opportunity here that he probably didn't expect to get.
The pressure's killing me. I'm betting my rent money here. And no, you can't say that. I got in trouble once for that. I ain't saying it.
Okay, nicely done there. He controlled the
Yep,
3 and the cue ball.
Yep, dink, dink.
If he had to, he could bump into the 7. I don't think he needs to. He can just
Yeah,
soft
just
roll.
Yeah.
And now he can drag this back.
9 times out of 10, playing these 10-ball games, all you do is you shoot the object ball to the closest hole it's sitting in front of.
Most of the time.
90% of
Sure.
the time,
Well, it certainly simplifies the game, and it simplifies the shot.
I mean, the 6 is going down here, and he might roll up and shoot the 9 on the side, or he might play the 9 in the corner.
I like the 7 in the corner
Yeah.
where he's standing with a
Right.
stop shot, or bring it back 2-3 inches.
Yeah.
Any angle on the 9 works.
Perfect.
Well, that's ball in hand right there.
Yeah, perfect.
Back a revolution and a half.
Yep, that's perfect.
And both balls in the same pocket. Maybe he float forward and play it in the
I think
other
he's
one.
rolling up. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
13-11, and he's breaking. Just another reminder, everybody, we will be back on the air with you tomorrow. Our opening match will be at 11 a.m. That'll be the beginning of the CSI Invitational 10-Ball Championships. And I can tell you the 2 matches that we're going to have at 11, I don't know which one will be on the stream yet. We'll only stream one of them, but the 2 will play side by side. So let me take a quick look here at the schedule.
We're starting here tomorrow at 11, right?
11 a.m. tomorrow, Friday the 18th. The 2 opening matches is going to be Pt.2 right here versus Warren Kiamko. And the other match is going to feature Shane against the #1 player in the world, Torsten Homan.
That'd be a good match.
So one of those matches will be streamed for you. 5 matches tomorrow on the stream. Let's wait for the break here, and then I'll fill you in a little more. Oh, nice solid hit. Cue ball got kissed.
Nothing's going.
Cue ball got kissed.
I was talking to those guys earlier. Matter of fact, Ralph, Soke, and Thorsten. They are such nice guys.
Aren't they, though?
They're like class acts. I'm telling you, good guys. I get a big kick out of
What
seeing
people
them.
don't realize about the 2 of them, and it does take you a while to get to know them and all that, but they're both funny people.
They're
but
a riot.
Professionally, they're the absolute consummate pro, serious about what they do and all of that. But they are funny guys.
Yeah, I've been at dinner with Ralph several times, and he's such a nice guy. He's got a really nice wife.
Ely, she's a wonderful person. I've met her several times. Yeah. But anyway, folks, tomorrow the schedule is 11, 1, 3, 5, and 7. That will be tomorrow and Saturday. Then Sunday, it will be also 11, 1, 3, 5, and 7. But the final will be at 7 p.m. Everything will be a race to 9 in the invitational 10-ball, and the finals will be a single race to 11. And you can find out who's playing in all of those matches by just checking.
What's the race to in those matches?
It'll be race to 9 in all of those matches, and in the invitational 8-ball as well.
And the matches are scheduled, for 2 hours?
2-hour brackets, right.
So we're going to be here 11, 1, 3.
5 and 7. Last match starts at 7 p.m. So we should be done by 9 to 10 o'clock.
Uh-huh.
It's 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 comfortable for the players. I think everybody plays quickly enough and well enough.
Yeah.
There's not going to be studying the layout for 3-4 minutes every time they come to the table.
No shot clock needed.
No, we've got a rule that if they're falling behind, we'll ask them to speed it up a little, and then if we need to, we can go to a shot clock. But that's a sellout big time. He's got to open the 4 up a little bit, or unless he can get behind it and play it in the side by the 5 ball, and that's pretty tough to do where the 3 is. I'm wondering if he can go into the 7 with the cue ball. Right now, Robert, open the 4, and he's right there for the 2. You see what I'm saying? No, he can't. Doesn't have quite enough angle, does he?
I thought he
doesn't want to be jacked up here.
I don't know why he didn't go just hit the ball harder.
Well, that's what I thought he was going to do, was go open him up, and he's got the 2.
It was like right on the. It was like lined up.
Okay, now his problem is he can't hit the right side of the cue ball, which is what he wanted to do to get to the 3. He might be able to straight draw it. Maybe he can jam it into the cushion with center right.
Oh, no.
That's about the 3rd ball he's missed the whole night, but each time he's missed, it's been a shot he's had to power up and jump up on a little bit.
Yeah, he had the perfect shot on the 1 to go into the 7.
And for some reason he didn't like it. Or he had a different plan.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Yeah. Now this is where the luck factor of the game comes into play. The guy missed a ball that he's not supposed to miss because he got out of line, and he left his opponent safe. I mean, yeah, it happens. It's the same for both guys. I am not a fan of the rule where he would have the option now because the guy missed. I mean, I do think luck needs to still remain a small portion of the game, and it is. But it always seems to be the cruelest at the most important times, I mean, this stuff don't happen in the first rack.
If he can get over this ball, this is going to be a little tricky here.
Oh, he's got to be shooting at it. He needs a rail, and he needs it to get by the side.
He might get it. No.
Yeah, but can he draw this and get to the 3, or is the point got him?
I think he's going to draw it right into the side.
Either in the side or into the point. Yeah, he may not be able to play this ball. He might play safe behind the 5, just stick him there and let the 2 run into the 10.
Exactly, that's what I'm thinking.
Yep.
Or go in behind the 10 with the 2 and just get it to the rail.
Yeah, it's really all a question of whether he feels he can get past the side pocket.
Yeah.
Because if he can get even to just past the diamond past the side, he can still shoot the 3, but the 4 doesn't go anywhere. Yeah. So unless you're on the 3 where you can get behind the 4 or open it up, what's the point? He's got to draw this all the way down. He's got to have the back cut on the 3. Wow, he did so good with that, Robert.
Rifle that ball.
I can't believe he got that much out of that cue ball.
Yeah, center ball, just forced it in, popped it in. Hit it good.
And that took the side out of the play too.
Yeah.
Well, now I think he's going underneath the 4 to play it in the side. That's exactly the way he's going, but I think he come up a little short.
Didn't hit it hard enough, did he?
Needed one more revolution. I think he's still going to play it. And if not, he's got a dead nut safety. And just stick him on the 7 if he can't back cut it. Yeah, it's a stick shot.
Well, he's going 3 rails.
He's got to go. He's got to go 3. It's
behind it. Yeah.
And when he goes behind it, he's got to make sure that the 4 doesn't run into those 2 balls there, or he may not get a cushion after contact unless the cue ball runs down the rail. And see, Shane didn't worry about freezing the cue ball to the 7 there because it wouldn't have made this any more difficult.
Exactly.
He's still got to go 3, and even jacked up, he still would have had the left part of the cue ball. So that's why Shane wasn't that concerned about that. He didn't need it to freeze to be as effective. Is he looking 3, 4 rails the other way?
No, he's called it in the side, I believe.
What? 3 rails behind it?
Yeah. He called the 4 in the side.
Well, once again, like I said, this has to have enough speed on it to make sure he gets a cushion, depending on how fat he hits the 4.
He's got to hit it pretty firm.
Yeah, I think so. No cushion yet. Well,
Oh,
he
boy,
got the bottom of a cushion. Well, Shane got paid off for an excellent safety, and actually a great shot on the 2-ball by Shane to miss the side, come out, make the 3. Didn't quite get where he needed to on the 4, but it wound up even better because he eventually got ball in hand. And that was huge because, I mean, look at the stage of the match we're at, the 13-11. Now instead of 13-12 and the guy's breaking, which essentially you're even,
Yep.
now he's 3 racks back and sitting. And this is the second or third time in the match that he's got within 2 games, and he just can't get get over the threshold.
Can't get over the hump.
Yep.
Look at this. We both missed. He hung the 6. Can you believe this?
I didn't. No, I happened to be looking away
I
because I assumed he was done.
I know, and I was looking at what you were messing with over there.
Yeah. But don't say what I was doing, please.
Thought there was a mouse under the table.
Well, how the tables have turned in the last 30 seconds.
I know. Can you believe this?
Co scratches. And with ball in hand for Shane, with 6 balls on the table, all wide open, he doesn't get out.
I know.
I mean, that's once a year that happens.
Yeah. It just goes to show you, you know, that you're the greatest player in the United States. You just take your eye off the ball for a split second, and the ball doesn't go. I mean, I hate when people say, "How'd you miss that?" Well, dude, I just blinked is how I missed it. You know what I mean? People don't understand that. No matter how good you play, you can miss some hanger. You know, nothing's a gimme. Especially banks. People think, how can you miss that bank across the side? Well, it's easy. You know. I mean, Shane wouldn't miss that ball again in a million years. I think he's missed 4 balls the whole match, 3 or 4. They're both playing great. Wow, what a huge game that was.
Yeah, Bobby, but it won't do him a lot of good if he doesn't take advantage of it this rack.
Look at this. Jeez.
See, now he's basically now faced with returning the favor with a dry break and a wide open table.
I don't know how. I mean, he needs to hit him harder. What do you think?
You know, I thought so, but he's hitting them real pure. What I think he needs to do is move his cue ball another inch or so more to the side, where he's got a better chance to make the second row ball in the side pocket. Hitting them as square on as he's hitting them, he's not getting those second row balls tracking towards the side pockets, and then he's got to rely on the corner balls going 4 rails or the 1 ball going in.
Well, he had a chance. If he breaks the balls good there, he's got a chance to tie the match up.
Sure, and then maybe even take the lead and run a couple more racks.
Yep.
That's all right. He's got to reach just a little bit, but long cue, tall guy, no problem. Just past the side pocket.
Yeah, he's good.
All right. A lot of guys tend to make a mistake and play that ball too far down. They wind up straight in.
Yeah.
You know, and you don't want the other angle anyway. You like 1 rail straight up the table towards a 10 here? I do too. Yeah, I do too. It's just a little above center, maybe no English, right?
Yeah.
He might be going 2 rails, but then you're crossing the line. I don't really like that.
I don't like
but his control is so good, Bobby. He can do stuff like this.
I didn't like that shot.
Yeah, well, now the 8's going to play a little tougher. I mean, to get on the 8, because he's got to play this in the side. He came about 6-8 inches too far. No, he's playing this in the side.
Oh, I know, but where is he going down table with the cue ball?
Yeah, he's got to. Yeah, he's got to. Got to go 2 rails and
Yeah.
towards the 8. I mean,
Yeah.
that's also pretty natural.
Yeah. Yeah. He's
But
good.
I didn't, you know,
I like
I like
you.
the straight up path off the 6
Yeah.
like you did too. It
Yeah.
just, you're in line so much longer,
Mm-hmm.
and you got a lot more room for error. But it doesn't matter because success is success, and this guy's not going to let that hung 6 ball in the last rack bother him when his
No.
opponent presents him with a golden opportunity for a roadmap. Had a little detour there on the 7, but he got to the destination, and that's all that counts. I'd like to mention, too, how much we appreciate the great media coverage we're already receiving here. I mean, J.P. Parmentier is our official photographer, and they don't come much better than that man. Does terrific work. We got Mike Howerton sitting up here from AZ Billiards. Got Ricky Bryant is here. There's several other of our famous media people. And we see, well, we got a flash going on over there. I got to go.
What? Somebody was taking a picture. Look at this.
He scrooched again.
He kind
Did
of
it get
got
kicked?
kissed in there
Yeah.
a little bit, but he kind of turned the ball loose a little bit, but it was close. Look at these balls, you know. You think Mosconi could run these balls? I remember when they
I don't
had.
know. These ain't 5.5-inch pockets.
No, stop. That's what everybody says.
I know.
People, these young bank players. Eddie Taylor couldn't bank. He was playing on 4x. Like, shut up.
Really?
Eddie Taylor can't bank.
Yeah, right.
Buddy Hall could only play because there was 5-inch pockets. Like, let me tell you something.
Buddy Hall had the best cue ball of anybody in his generation, and during his reign, no one was a better 9-ball player. Nobody. No one had better cue ball than Buddy.
It's a fact.
He had that nice hesitation at the end of his stroke. He could almost go get a cup of coffee before he pulled the trigger, you know. And he was the first guy I ever saw with that much of a pronounced pause. At the end of the backstroke. But there's a lot to be said for that too.
I met him in '65 in Memphis.
Did you?
Yeah. He was like 19. I was 15. I took him around, trapped a few people.
Was he just out of the service, or hadn't he gone in yet?
I don't know.
I don't think he probably hadn't gone in yet.
Yeah, he was young.
He was young and skinny.
He weighed like 160, 170.
Yeah, he looked like Keith McCready, you know, back when Keith was like 20, 25 years old.
Yeah, I was going to say something, but I'm not. But Buddy, I took him around. We made money together.
Well, once again,
Rags.
Shane.
That's when it was Rags.
Yeah. Old Cecil P. Hall.
Well, now we're back to 14.
Yeah, it's going to be 14-13, and again, Coe's going to have an opportunity to tie the match for the 3rd time. I mean, Shane keeps opening the door for him, and I tell you, you open the door one too many times, the guy's going to come in.
Yeah.
Well, you scratch, you lose. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Now Shane missing that 6 ball has a little bit of bearing on things. And not getting out with ball in hand.
Yeah, I know, with the 5 balls on the table.
Right. I mean, he could easily be up 5 or 6 games now and be looking at the finish line. You know, it could be, it easily could be 18-11 right now. Or.
Well, I hope it goes hill. That's what I hope. And I ain't telling you who I want to win.
If it goes hill, everybody wins.
Yep.
Let's see if he moves the cue ball or he keeps it in the same spot. I still think I think his speed and
He's
this.
got to hit him harder. A little bit harder, I think.
Yeah. But of
But I
course,
would move the cue ball, like you're saying,
yeah.
to make that second ball on the side.
Mm-hmm. And this way too, you tend to get a lot of kisses as they're flying around, just because of the way you're coming at them. Unless you're going to explode them.
He
It
hit
was
him harder.
a little more power, but once again,
nothing goes.
No, the 2 was going. It got kissed out. Neither ball went towards the side pocket.
I think he hooked. He's got no shot. You know, I've been playing pool since I was 16 on the road traveling, and I'll tell you who the most entertaining pool player of all times was to watch play matches. Who do you think? There's one guy that's hands above everybody. He'd have this crowd going crazy.
Most interesting?
Entertaining.
Entertaining?
He would have this crowd screaming. There's nobody but one. I'm telling you.
Is it someone that's still around and playing?
Yes. No, he's not playing. He quit playing, but he's still around. You ain't got to guess. I'll just tell you what it is. McCready.
Oh, sure. The Earthquake. Yeah.
He get to strutting around, poking his chest out like a banty rooster, and he start talking to people. I used to laugh at him. I'm telling you, he's a trip.
Well, who in your opinion is the most entertaining modern day player who still plays? Alex, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that was going to be my guess. That's why I asked you, does he still play or not?
Alex, yeah.
Absolutely.
I love watching them play.
Mm-hmm.
Who's on the Filipino? Who's Kiamco? Dennis Orculo,
Efren and Boosty. How'd you like to fade them?
I don't. Yeah, I have to try to beat them to pay your rent.
Yeah. How'd you like to sit there and hope you draw Warren? Because of the other 3 guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Warren. Like Warren's an easy draw.
Yeah, you're the weak link. Go home.
Right.
Yeah.
I love Warren. He's a terrific person. He's a great, great player, but he is a terrific human being. I mean, all those guys are. But Warren is so quiet. Most people don't know that much about him, or, he's certainly not a public type figure. But he's got world championship ability, and he is a great, great player.
The next quietest guy who I like is never says nothing. Is Mike DeShane. Listen, Mike's a good dude. I miss messing with everybody. I got to know him real well. We went out to dinner a few times. He's a good kid.
Mike is a good guy.
He's just a squirrel, but he's a good kid. I'm telling you, he's funny. We went out to eat a couple of times. I like him. He's a trip.
Well, he can make this in the side, Cotton. I think he's got to fade the 4 and the 9 with the cue ball. It looks like it's going kind of towards the right side of the 9 ball.
Yeah, it is.
And he can't afford to hit this too hard.
I'd just roll it.
I'd just make it, yeah.
Look, he's jacking up, maybe going to the rail.
Or he's trying to go between the 4-9, I think, which is suicide.
I don't like that. I like rolling the ball.
I would take my chance and roll into the 9 ball and take my long shot on the 2.
Because the 2's, even if he gets down there by the 9, the 2's sitting pretty easy.
Right, and you don't have to go far to get to the 3.
Yeah, just with the pockets playing forgiving right now, he can just roll the 2 in.
Yeah, look at this. Is he trying to draw to the long rail
He's
first?
drawing to the long jump.
Yeah.
Like this.
It's like the shot Shane just played.
Oh,
well, he did that with inside.
Inside.
Low inside.
How did he? Man, that's a monster shot.
Jesus, you bet. That was a great shot.
Low left. Drew the ball into the rail with low left at a tough angle.
I didn't even know he could get to the left side of the cue ball.
I know. Oh, yeah, it was a monster shot.
Well, he's still got a little bit of work to do. It's hard to tell if that 8 will pass in the lower right corner here. Let's see if maybe after this shot, maybe we can get Tim to give us a look at that 8 ball and see if it's makeable. Everything else looks pretty good. But because he's so straight on the 2, his options on the 3 are a little bit limited. It won't go in the side. It won't go past the 5. He may have to float the 2 in and play the 3 in the upper right corner. And that'll have him tracking towards the 4, but he's drawing the cue ball, so obviously he thinks he can get it off the cushion enough. Okay, well now he could draw into the 10 and resolve that issue.
He's going forward.
But that
doesn't
assure him a shot on the 4. Going forward, he's got to miss the 7 on the second rail.
You know, but he might even, if he goes deep enough into the rail, he might
catch the 8 coming out.
the 8 coming out. Like this, look, just like this.
Yeah.
And he missed the 3.
But he lost his focus. And another.
I cannot believe he's had this many chances to.
This was to tie the match.
I know.
And actually have a chance to go ahead by breaking at 14 apiece.
Yeah.
And what made this worse is he opened up the only problem that Shane would have had, which was the 10-8. So it was like double damage.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. You know, he probably should have drew into the 10, like you said, if he could. You know.
Well, I would have done that if I knew I could hit the 10 full in the face and just stop right there, and I wouldn't have been hooked.
We'll see what he's going to do here. This could get a little tricky, but I don't think he's probably. Looks like he's drawing his ball, or what is he doing here, Ken?
No, it's a high ball, I think. I think it's straight up
going,
the table at the 5.
Yeah. Yeah, he hit it perfect.
Right, he doesn't mind the cut here, because he can definitely miss the 7. And if he runs into the 7, as long as he moves it, far enough away, he'll have a look at the 6 with 2 pockets for it.
Yeah, he's just going to go 2 rails out of the corner, I believe.
Might run into the 8 and play the 6 on the side.
Yeah, just like that.
See, he did the same thing too. You know what they're doing? They're watching the cue ball.
Did he miss this
he missed
ball?
He missed it bad. Robert, it hit an inch before the point.
No.
It did.
No.
It didn't even hit the point.
I couldn't see the referee was I'm thinking, how did he miss this
ball? Because
that ball was sitting easy.
Because what he did is he made sure the cue ball went where it went, and he forgot that he had to compensate for making the object ball.
Wow, what a big dog. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm going to tell him you said woof woof.
Yeah. Shane dogged it. No. He's missed 3 or 4 balls the whole match. He's plays perfect.
Well, meanwhile, he's about to maybe fall behind. This is going to tie the match up, and Coe's going to break. And now we're at a race to 7.
I cannot believe that he didn't make. You know what I mean? Really, I couldn't see it. I thought, what are you saying?
Well, sure. I mean, we're going to give him that shot almost every time.
Oh yeah.
You're never going to assume he's going to miss that ball. But what that is, it's a loss of concentration. It's not like he doesn't know how to make the ball and doesn't know how to get shape. He put so much focus on the cue ball, he forgot to pay attention to the object ball. $14-14.
I would have bet my life he got out then, wouldn't you?
I would have bet. I would have bet both our lives he get out the rack with ball in hand with 6 balls left.
Wow.
Well, one thing's for sure. This is great for the audience. It's extremely entertaining.
It's a great match.
I think if you were, accustatting this or looking at TPAs and all of that, they've probably both missed a half a dozen balls and made a half a dozen position errors. And that's why the match is as even as it is. And if Coe had had any success on the break, he'd probably have a 3 or 4 rack lead.
I think so, too.
Given the number of mistakes that Shane has given him in the last 40 minutes.
Well, it's tied up 14 apiece. I'm a nervous wreck.
All right, he's had no success breaking this way. Let's see if he does anything different.
Just don't break dry. I can't stand to watch it.
Got one in the side, finally.
Did something go?
He got one in the side, and he's got a clean look at the 1.
Look at the 1. Look at the 4.
He's going to have to play the 1 in the corner.
I don't like. That's tough,
and play shape for the 2-10.
Yeah, which I like, but that's.
Well, the reason I actually like it, too, is this forces you to put a good, firm stroke on the 1 ball because you want to get that
It's a
cue
tough
ball across.
shot, though.
Well, sure, it's tough, but it prevents you from babying the ball, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's a medium speed shot. I'm not saying you're going to slam this, Cotton, but I'm saying it's going to make you hit this with a little more maybe than
What
pocket speed.
if you think he's going to jack up and pop it over?
It depends on the angle. I mean, if I could do it with a center ball, that's how I'd want to
Listen,
play
what
it.
about this shot? What if he rolls the one, gets the cue ball against the rail, which if he misses, he's safe. He can't hit it, and he plays
Plays the carom
off the rail first and onto the 10. That's what I would do, but I'm old.
You mean 2 ball, then rail, then 10?
Right.
Billiard. Oh
Because
yeah,
the
you
billiards-
wouldn't
the
want.
the billiard's sitting easy.
Right, rail first. It's a big ball.
Yeah, it's huge. You can hit like 4 inches up from the ball, and the ball goes.
Well,
I don't think.
I think you've got to play this whichever way you feel you've got the best chance to pocket the 1 ball. You cannot miss this ball.
No,
You've got
this
to
is
stay at the
critical.
table. It almost looks like it's going in the side.
No,
I'm a little fooled. Oh, see the don't not get going. Get by that 9 ball after that shot.
He hit that
It's
ball
okay.
good too, Ken.
He hit that great, and that's what I'm saying. He was going to hit that with better than pocket speed.
I would have shot that way when I was 20. Now I'm rolling, rolling.
Rolling and praying.
Yeah, please go.
Yeah.
If I miss it, I want to hook them.
Right.
Yep.
He's got to call this now. This is
he
a
going
combination.
Is he going? He's not
Either
going rail
way,
first.
but I'm saying he's got to call the ball by rule.
I think he called it already.
Okay. I would play the 2 into the cushion into the 10 myself because I would feel I got a better chance to maybe get another inning if I miss.
Exactly.
If I play the 2-10 straight on and miss, I'm probably done.
If he plays a 2-10 straight on, he's got to make sure he overcuts it.
Right.
Oh, no. Can you believe it?
Well,
can you believe this match? I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna jump out of this chair. God, what's happening? Is this happening?
Shit, I'm worried about you. We got 15 more games to play here. Maybe you're gonna go on me here in the next rack. Listen, he's fortunate he actually hit the 2 ball and got a rail.
Look at
this could have been ball in hand.
Is he playing the 10 here?
No, 2 in the side. No, all he's got to do is get on the 3, and he should be out. I don't care.
Can you believe he missed cues on this ball? I can't. Oh man! I tell you, my nerves can't take this.
And you know what? To play the whether he was playing the 2 into the rail or straight into the 10, you didn't have to do anything with the cue ball.
He was.
So
why
why
was
the
what he was doing? He was playing the 2 straight and 10, drawn way back down there.
Right, but that's why he miscued.
Exactly. He should have just hit center ball and just tried to make the ball.
He was trying to play like a 3-way shot.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. I just can't believe he's tied the matchup and gave away this game.
After the shot on the 1 ball,
made
too.
a monster shot
what?
on the 1.
Oh, are you kidding? How'd you like to shoot that ball for your money?
Monster shot on the 1 and do what he just did.
Well, the way this has been going, though, Cotton, you'd almost expect to have a few more incidents like that before it's all over. I never would have thought I'd seen, the number of unforced errors from both these men, given their history and the high level of play.
They're playing really, really good. They've just made, just a couple of freaky things has happened.
Yeah.
I mean, but in weird, freaky stuff's happening in weird times. I mean, like.
You're watching the Kamui Challenge here, live from the Predator Pro Arena at the Rio Hotel in Las Vegas. Ken Schumann along with Bobby Cotton, bringing you the action here on the special challenge match. The South Dakota kid and Ko Pin Yi banging heads together as they did a year ago here in the U.S. Open 8-ball. 15-14, and it's actually a bit of a surprise right now that Shane's got 15 because he wasn't supposed to. Not the way the last half a dozen racks have played out. Look at this. 8 in the side.
How are you going to get?
Don't even know if he's got the edge. either way. Penny will make another appearance at the table this rack.
Shane doesn't look happy getting kicked down there.
If he can't hit it, he's just got to push into the 6.
Kick at it, yeah. That's all they can do.
Yeah.
Kick at it.
Right. I wouldn't give this back.
No, I would.
One ball down here, cue ball under the 2.
Or yeah. Yeah, he's got to shoot.
Separation either way, but I mean, we guessed earlier on one of these, Billy and I did, that he'd take it, and he gave it back, and Shane came with a great safe and locked him up.
Yeah, he did.
And now he's doing the same thing. So it's probably different than we see it from here, Bobby, and that's why he's probably just not comfortable with taking this.
I don't think it's. I don't know. I think it's just a bad choice he made.
Well, Shane's called this in the side.
He should never pass this, in my opinion.
I wouldn't have passed it.
Never, in my opinion, never.
Look at this. Well, he knew he could execute a good two-way shot there, and maybe Coe.
I got this little tricky right. This is a little tricky right here. I mean, either pocket he shoots in, he might scratch. If he tries to pocket the 1, he might scratch in either hole.
Yeah.
He's got no shot here. He's going to have to duck. He can't fire this ball. He's got to duck here, Ken. Don't you think?
Yeah, I'm just thinking that there's no way he can cross it and send it up table unless he's going to go behind the 9 with distance. Just over here on the side rail.
What you can do is hit this ball half a ball and try to go 2 rails, get in behind that 10, 4, and 9, and maybe put the 1 down there somewhere.
Yeah, the other thing would be to try to put the 1 behind the 5 and the cue ball behind the 4.
Right.
But you got to miss the scratch.
Yeah. I think
because of the speed of that shot, the scratch comes into play in the lower right corner here. He could also try to do it the other way, but I think I might just try to put the 1 behind the 5 and not even worry about where the cue ball goes, as long as I can put the 1 where it can't be banked.
Look, he's shooting at it. I don't like this.
Well, you got to play to overcut this.
This is what I said.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's a shot I like.
That's a great shot right there. That's a fantastic shot.
That's what I was thinking. Hitting half the ball.
Yeah.
And going behind the 10 and 4.
Yeah. Good call, Bobby.
I didn't know exactly where the 1 was going. I know it was going down there, but he had a pretty good.
That was an excellent call on your part. I didn't even see that.
1 out of 100.
Yeah. Well, they say even a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then. Yeah. Well, this is no cupcake either. He's got to be careful on just to hit it clean, not foul.
I think the 6 is wired.
I don't think it is, or he'd already be lining it up off the rail behind the 9.
It's heading toward the short rail, I believe.
Right. And coming at it from the 9 ball, you'd have to cut it the wrong way, big time. And going by the 5 ball, you've got to make sure you make a clean hit and you don't scratch in off the 7.
Yeah, there's a lot can go wrong here.
Right. The other thing is simply masse it. Right.
I don't really like this either.
No, because the 1 may not go far, and you could sell out. You could sell out. The 1 stays there. The cue ball goes around the 2. I might, if I was going to do that, well, okay. I was going to say, if he was going to 1 rail kick, I'd kick soft. Try to get the 6 in play. He overjuiced it. And now that 1, I believe, will go in the other corner under the 6. I'm not positive, but if it does, if not, he's probably got a little billiard here. But I think this goes underneath.
Yeah,
because it'll slide in anyway.
Yeah.
But does the 2 pass in either corner?
Well, the 2 6 is a hanger combination. That's a hanger, right?
Yeah, they're close enough.
Yeah,
and the 6 is close to the hole.
Yeah, that's a hanger. Just got to move, just have the cue ball come out.
Right.
Oh, he's playing the 1-7 combination.
Well, he might not like how he have to get on the 2-6.
Yeah.
Because the 7 may be kind of impeding where he'd like to have the cue ball as far as the angle, to come out. because he can't go the other way.
Yeah.
But he can draw out. No, I still think this is the best choice, playing for the 2-6.
That's what I like.
Rather than playing the 1-7.
I don't like the 1-7 at all.
Right. Now you just want to draw this maybe a foot.
No, he's just
No
going to
further.
swing over.
Yeah, no further than the head string.
Just swing over like, there you go.
Yeah, just about a foot there where, again, he's got a nice line here where he knows where the 2 ball's going to go.
And I like going past it. That way you just can roll and everything just stays right where it is.
Just a little kill here. Oh boy, God. Is he lucky.
I'm going to jump out of this chair.
Shane practically had his cue in his hand. I think he did. Shane reached for his cue and just about had it in his hand before that ball dropped.
Yes.
But I think that's one he had coming. The rolls are pretty well balanced out here. We've said that for the past hour or so. I think they're pretty well even now, and the score would be indicative of that.
He got a little goofy on this ball, didn't he?
Yeah, I think if he can pull it back 2-3 feet, though, he just needs.
Straight back?
Yeah, he wants the angle on the 5 anyway.
Yeah.
Back 2 feet is good.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
Nice and smooth.
Right. Didn't overcook it. Got a lot out of the cue ball. Same thing here about where his bridge hand is as the target. Just went right over the target line, bounced towards the 7, straight in on the 9, and he's going to tie it up again.
It's amazing to me when you get 2 players that play this good that the match is so close. You would just think that one of them would just boom. You know what I mean? I can't believe it's this close. I thought one of them was going to be.
Yeah, well, excuse me. Well, Bobby, I think what tends to happen sometimes with players of this high caliber, they kind of feed off each other. If one guy's playing great, the other guy plays great, one guy starts making some errors. Okay, we're giving the players